Can we start with this threat now to the justices where these groups are organizing protests outside of their homes, including the ones, I mean, they're targeting the, quote, extremist justices, meaning the conservatives who are reported to be in the majority, including Amy Coney Barrett, who's got 7 children, 2 adopted from Haiti. Youngest child has Down syndrome. They range in age from 10 years old to 20 years old. And I know you have 2 young daughters of your own. Kavanaugh has got two daughters as well. I think they're 13 and 16. It's disgusting. And they're calling for innovative tactics, saying that they've got to get these extremists. What do you make of it?
Well, I think this is the latest manifestation of a multi-year effort from Senate Democrats to demonize the court and to politicize the court. And they're willing to go to almost any lengths to do so. We saw Chuck Schumer stand on the steps of the Supreme Court and call out 2 justices by name, threaten to unleash the whirlwind, saying, you will pay the price if you do not decide these cases the way we want you to. We've seen multiple Democrats get behind packing the court, the radical plan to put 4 new justices on the court and expand it from 9 to 13 justices to put 4 leftists on the court immediately.
Yeah.
All of this systematically has worked to create an environment where now, for the first time in the history of our country, someone leaked a draft of an opinion before it issued. That's never happened before. It is difficult, Megyn, to overstate just how great a breach of trust this is. The Supreme Court keeps the confidentiality of its decision makings and drafts of opinions at the very highest level. There's never been a leak like this before. And it was an obvious attempt to bully and intimidate the justices in the majority to cause them to change their votes. And the threats of violence we're seeing are escalating that even further. Leftists willing to threaten violence against justices and their families in order to try to bully or threaten or frighten them into voting the way they want. And it is an incredible threat to the independence of our judiciary, to the integrity of the Supreme Court, to the rule of law. Look, we see this in banana republics. We see this in third world countries where judges find their lives threatened and they're sometimes subject to physical threats or even murder if whether it's drug cartels or whoever it is, if they don't rule the way that the group wants them to. And this threat here, it's really dangerous.
How about the fact that the White House won't even condemn it? Jen Psaki was asked specifically, would you condemn this? She's really not that concerned about it. And she did talk to the president about it. They're really not. I mean, these justices are now in danger. Their lives are in danger. The integrity and dignity and process that's worked for 235 years at the Supreme Court has been essentially blown up. And they've got nothing to say about it.
Well, look, this is the same Democrat Party that for a year, when we had Black Lives Matter and Antifa riots all over the country, that was unwilling to condemn the violence. We had the Summer of Love as Democratic office holders just ignored rioting, and in fact went even further than that. Kamala Harris raised bail money to bail out of jail the violent rioters who were committing horrific acts. We saw all over the country police cars firebombed. We saw, obviously, stores looted in great numbers. We saw people assaulted. We saw people murdered. And today's Democrat Party is willing to not only look the other way on that kind of violence, but in Kamala Harris's instance, to raise money in support of the violent criminals if it meets with their political agenda. That is an incredible corruption of what is meant to be apolitical law enforcement. And it's really dangerous. I got to say, in the wake of this leak from the Supreme Court, a number of the left-wing activist groups, a number of the activists are going online and celebrating the leaker as a hero, and saying things, one left-wing activist, celebrated him as a hero for saying, F it, let's burn the whole thing down. And sadly, the modern left is willing to destroy the institutions of government, whether it is the Supreme Court or the Senate, in order to achieve their partisan objectives. And that is incredibly dangerous.
Take a moment and think of the best burger you've ever had. Picture it fondly, longingly. Imagine that first mouth-watering bite, and then throw it in the trash. Why? Because you're about to have a new favorite burger. I'm talking about the American Wagyu burgers from Good Ranchers. Everything else they sell is amazing. This is too. The only thing that can make them better is that you can get 2 pounds of this free as long as you enter my promo code, MEGYN, Megyn. You've got a problem. I got a problem. We all have a problem. It's a meat problem. And that meat problem is that 85% of the grass-fed beef in stores and online is imported from overseas, and who the heck knows where from. Don't pay a premium for low-quality foreign meat. Good Ranchers sells 100% American meat, and they deliver it to your door for a great price. It's well packaged. It's tasty. It can be marinated, seasoned if you want. Good Ranchers helps solve your meat problem with free shipping too. Go to goodranchers.com/Megyn, MEGYN right now. Good Ranchers, American meat delivered. And if you're not the person who buys the meat in your house, tell the person who is to check out Good Ranchers. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.